Hello, welcome everybody. Very excited for today's webinar on how automation and AI can enhance your CX ecosystem. I'm Austin Culp, Director of Sales here at Inflow CX, and we've got Stanton Smith here to present the core of the content today. We've got a couple upcoming webinars, July 25th and 27th. Those topics are unlocking customer experience excellence, the value of Inflow CX managed services, so managing and optimizing your CX and CCaaS platforms. And then on July 27th, we've got a fireside chat exploring the future of contact centers and chat GPT. So very excited for those sessions. Please sign up if you have not. For our agenda today, I'm going to talk a little bit about Inflow CX for those who may not know who we are, or may have not had an update on us in a little bit. That'll be 3-4 minutes at the top. I'll pass it over to Stanton Smith for how automation and AI can enhance your CX ecosystem. We'll have plenty of time at the end for questions and answers, but please, if you do have questions during the webinar and just want to get them out, go ahead and use the question and answer feature in Zoom, and we'll monitor that and answer either during those questions or at the very end. So without further ado, we will get started. So if you're not familiar with us, Inflow CX is an organization that helps customers evolve their contact center technology and operations to deliver unparalleled experiences for your customers and for your agents. And we help organizations evaluate, deploy, and optimize their customer engagement technology and strategy. The way we do that is take a very vendor neutral or vendor agnostic approach to your entire CX technology ecosystem. In addition to that, we can look at your business process outsourcing or BPO and labor strategies, as well as your operational effectiveness. We help customers make data-driven decisions utilizing ROI and TCO models, as well as business case modeling. We do this with your specific information that's unique to you and your business. Our expertise really spans from core CCaaS functionality, as well as AI, CX, UC, WFO, BPO, automation, analytics, anything sort of in that CX ecosystem or landscape or realm, whichever term you want to use there. In addition to the technology side, we actually provide really high touch and white glove implementation and managed services to make sure that you're getting the most out of your technology over time. So we're with you from making the decision all the way through getting the most out of that technology. This is a sampling of some of our customers. We work with some really great organizations and help them innovate their customer and their agent and their employee experience. We service all types of verticals and businesses of all shapes and sizes, whether you're a startup who's got extremely aggressive growth plans and need technology and processes that scale with you, or whether you're a very large enterprise who is in a different stage of that startup, right? We help customers of all different verticals and all different areas in that CX transformation stage with their plan to go and execute and improve on things. So whether you're a BPO or a retail firm or a healthcare firm, because we really just focus on that CCaaS, UC, and CX technology, we can apply best practices across multiple different industries and size organizations and help you implement those for your organization. The last thing that I'll touch on here is our technology partners. I talked earlier about being vendor neutral and vendor agnostic. We really mean that. So whether you're looking at core contact center, like a Genesys, a Five9, a NICE, or any of the other logos you've got on there, or a unified communication solution, such as RingCentral, Zoom, or anyone else there, or you're looking very specifically for one piece of that larger puzzle in that CX ecosystem. So AI, agent assist, quality and analytics. Inflow CX prides herself on going out there, constantly staying up to date on the latest technology and the market leaders, getting to know those organizations very, very closely. That way, if you come to us and need to try to navigate this landscape, you're not alone. You've got someone who knows these partners, knows these players, and most importantly, knows which ones are going to be relevant and right for your business. That's my TED Talk. I'm going to pass it over to Stanton here to take us home on the core of the content today.
Appreciate it, Austin. Thank you very much. Glad to have everybody here. So thanks for joining us today. Want to touch on AI automation, how this can really help enhance your business, help you evolve and elevate to get to the next level in serving your customers, as well as keeping your agents happy within your contact center. Want to leave plenty of time for Q&A as well at the end. So let's jump into it. I like to bucket it into two main categories. The first I'd say is front end automation or customer facing. The other would be back end automation. So agent facing or internal for the business, those who are driving the business, the decision makers within the business, the supervisors within the teams. So let's break down into some of these. On the front end, one of the first that we see a lot of impact in is self-service, allowing customers to engage with you at the time they want through the channels that they prefer, whether that's SMS, text, email. There are ways that customers can self-service. And the benefits here, it lowers the burden on the contact center, and there are lower costs per customer interaction. These self-service features and functionality often cost a fraction of what an agent does to handle these interactions. Additionally, it does it in less time, and customers are generally satisfied. I say generally because you do need to be mindful about how you deploy self-service. It's, in my experience, best for simple interactions. So we've got listed out here, checking an order or shipping status, making a payment, checking account balances, things like that. If you're getting into the weeds with a customer and it's going to be a complex interaction or something that's going to be emotionally charged on the customer side, you'll still probably want to have an agent handle those. But self-service, I mean, we've had customers where 50% of their entire contact center volume is around order and shipping status or payments, and they're able to automate those interactions, which drastically reduces costs on the contact center. Another area of front-end automation is bots. Being able to, it's similar to self-service and ties very much into self-service, but it's more of a guided self-service for customers. As a customer can utilize a chat bot that can walk them through your processes, walk them through your flows. They're very advanced these days. They can leverage your knowledge base, other content that you have internally that you need to serve up to your customers, point them in the right direction. And a lot of customers like the look and the feel of that. It feels very modern to them. And so, again, they're very happy in their interactions with the contact center. Their satisfaction increases because they can quickly and easily get to what they're looking for. This is where we start to straddle the line a little bit between front end and back end automation. This is agent assist technology. So what I mean by that is, in real time, as an agent is interacting with a customer, we can provide prompts to these agents or scripts using AI-driven analytics to prompt the agent as to what they should say or do, the next best phrase or the next best action, depending on this customer, their background, your business, your goals, what the agent is, how many times the customer has contacted you. There's so many different variables that can go into this, and it's important that these get fine-tuned and optimized, but it makes it so that customers get answers more quickly. This is especially helpful in those complex interactions like we talked about, where instead of a customer feeling that they need to explain themselves ad nauseum again and again about why they're calling in, what their problem is, agents can be served up that information by an AI engine in order to help the customer resolve their issue. So this has the benefit of customers are happier because they feel like somebody understands them quickly. They're impressed by how knowledgeable your agents are, the level of expertise that they have. At the same time, agents are happier. Contact center churn is top of mind for a lot of business leaders. Being able to retain productive agents for longer is a massive boost to the contact center productivity, because with a longer tenured agent, they've got more familiarity with your business, with your customer base, and they're likely to continue to stick around longer when they have the right tools to allow them to serve customers the way that they need. Digging more in on the back-end automation side, we've got advanced QM and analytics. So again, this is taking it to the next level using AI powered tools that can dig into all of your customer interactions across the business. We can, for example, look and say, all right, based on every customer call that we got this month, show me every interaction that the customer called in and they had negative sentiment or tonality in their voice. They were upset about something. And then the agent said or did something. And by the end of the call, the customer had a positive sentiment. They were pleased with what the agent had done for them. And you can use AI to quickly identify what types of actions or phrases those agents are saying to be able to help customers achieve that level of happiness. So it's a great way to be able to say, all right, I want to look at my top quartile of agents. What are they doing? How are they performing? And then you can not only identify those trends, but we can find areas for improvement within broken call flows. We can see what customers are calling in about, why they're calling, and that can give you a lot of really good insight into where your customer base is going. A lot of times, this is one of the biggest things that's left on the table from a contact center perspective. We all hear, this call may be recorded for quality and training purposes, yet many times it's supervisors listening to one or two calls to make sure that the agent has said a handful of things that they're supposed to say. And that's important, absolutely. But we'd like to be able to make sure that we're capturing all of that data. Imagine that you could have someone not listening to 1 or 2% of your calls, but every single call, and then providing you a summary with what your customers need, giving you actionable insights into how you should change your call flows, how you should change the way that you interact with customers so that they're more likely to continue to do business with you, be retained as a happy customer, and you've got real data that you can act on. The last piece I'm going to touch on is around workflow automation. So a lot of times after a call, an agent, they may have to enter some information into the CRM. Maybe they've got to update a case with certain things, and there are repetitive tasks that they have to do. These tasks can be automated so that the agent spends less time in after call work and more time servicing customers. Again, that benefit is twofold to both the customer and the agent. You've got agents who are happier in the work that they're doing. They don't feel like they're on an assembly line doing factory work, doing repetitive tasks again and again that are mind-numbing to them. Rather, they're staying engaged with customers. It's top of mind for them of how they can help that next person. They don't have to worry about that. Case notes can be automatically summarized and entered into your CRM by the AI tool. And because of that, customers are happier. It's easier for the next agent who gets an interaction from them to quickly be able to reference the notes from previous cases and know exactly where a customer stands, what's important to them. So a couple of use cases that I wanted to touch on. We did an engagement for a customer in the hospitality space where they added in self-service, where customers could quickly check the status of a reservation, get directions to where they needed to be. And on average, they reduced their average handle time by 60 seconds within the contact center. Another one that we saw was on the chatbot side, where for a quick lube shop, customers could easily get online or through their mobile device, interact with a bot to find which location was closest to them, which had availability at the time that they wanted, and to schedule an appointment with the customer right then in real time. Again, self-servicing. It's customers creating revenue for you on their own without needing to touch an agent for that. And as we go through these use cases, we see time and again that this is just really the tip of the iceberg with a lot of the opportunity that's here. Oftentimes, what we'll do is identify one use case that's an area for automation or self-service and scope that out, implement it, identify others that we want to work on down the line, but put the core focus on one use case. And it's amazing how the ROI often plays out just on the one use case alone. And then as these clients then add further use cases to how they automate their interactions with their customers in their contact center, as well as the work that can be done on the back end, the efficiencies that they find are staggering. So, in a nutshell, that is what we are seeing around AI and automation. I'd love to open it up for questions. And I have no questions, then I guess everybody either fell asleep or it was crystal clear and everybody's just excited to go.
Yeah, great work, Stan. I don't see any questions in the chat right now. If any come in, I'll certainly toss those out and we'll get them answered. But if you don't have any questions, we really appreciate your attendance today. We've got more webinars. If you do have anything, that comes up or comes to mind, please feel free to contact us. Contact at inflowcx.com is a great way to reach us. We've also got our number, or feel free to contact anyone that you're already working with at the organization. Really appreciate it and hope you got some good intel today.